Hi, folks. I'm Jim Noble, along with Wofford head football coach Sean Watson. It is another edition of Inside Wofford Football, brought to you by Yokohama. I'm going to call this one the Victory Edition. Just a complete team effort Saturday at Gibbs Stadium, a 31-14 win over Norfolk State. You know, you called that win gratifying in our post-game interview. Tell me a couple of reasons why it meant so much.
Well, we're number one. We're young. We've had to go through some injuries, so we've seen adversity, and we've lost 4 games in the midst of all that by 8 points. And the kids have been tremendous. I can't say enough about my guys. I love them to death. They just keep fighting. They keep getting better. We talked about leveling up, which means everybody get better every day, and they've done that. And it's nice to have some positive, reinforcement for all that hard work, and I'm just very appreciative to them and the coaches.
All right, we got a lot to get to. Coming up, we will recap all the big plays from Saturday's big win. We'll visit with the newest Terrier quarterback, JT Fyer, and it's Furman Week. Say no more. Another edition of the Deep South's longest college football rivalry. It's all ahead here on Inside Wofford Football. All right, let's get right to it. The Norfolk State Spartans out of the MEAC and head coach Michael Vick came to Gibbs Stadium on Saturday. And right off the bat, quarterback change. JT Fyer, the transfer from Northwestern State in Louisiana. Obviously, Ethan Drum and Jaden Whitaker had shots, injuries playing a role. But what level of confidence did you have, Coach, with JT getting his first start?
Well, I had a lot of confidence in him because of the way he practiced. We started the week, trying to see where both Ethan and Whit were. By the time we got to Tuesday, I felt like I just needed to make a call, and I went with JT simply because, I thought we had our best chance to win based off all the variables that were at play. We're still trying to get those guys back, and JT answered. He had a really good week of practice and did a great job in the game. Great job.
All right, both teams scored on their first possession of the game. Wofford goes after Norfolk State down 7-0 when the aforementioned Mr. Fyer hits his first pass as a Terrier.
Here's the snap, no throw. Fyer into the end zone, touchdown Terriers! He put some air underneath that one, and who else?
It was a 22-yard strike to Isaiah Scott. Tied the game up at 7, and already we had seen a pattern. Quicker tempo this week, and the run success really setting up some opportunities in the passing game.
Yeah, our guys up front, and I'm putting the tight ends with them, did a great job for the backs, and then our receivers are, a big part of that, because we do a lot of RPOs and things that protect our run game, and they executed. That's what that touchdown pass was. That was a well-run route by Isaiah and a great shot by JT, and we're just taking advantage of what the defense has given us. So that goes back to JT making a really good decision. So, I was really, really pleased with that first drive because we answered very quickly.
Now, after that little flurry by both teams, we kind of settled in, and the Wofford defense started to really show some things. And once again, you're getting contributions from a ton of different guys. You got the big interception from Caleb Oliver midway through the first quarter. I'm looking at guys like Wyatt Ward and Tice Donnelly and Scoot Luster, guys that we didn't really know much about heading into this season. And, of course, you get old CJ and Max back, which helps solidify everything. But overall, I'm looking at 3, 4, 5 golden helmets around the ball almost on every play.
Yeah, they did a great job. Anytime, I think we had 8 3-and-outs, and my number one challenge to our defense was get off the field, and those guys did that. They got off the field, got us the ball. Special teams did a great job of setting us up with some key returns, especially punt returns, and the offense answered. We stayed on the field, and we drove and scored.
And you saw what that led to. The offensive line started to get its rhythm. Running a lot left-handed, I thought was really, really good, although the entire offensive line really looked solid, and it led to Wofford's first rushing touchdown of the season.
Fyer He'll get the handoff, follow his blockers, and it's the first rushing touchdown of the year. Touchdown Terriers, Ison Jackson Anderson.
I had the privilege of talking with Eric Breitenstein, all-time Terrier great. He's got that number 7 up on the hill, and we were talking about the rushing touchdowns, and he said, we're going to get one today, aren't we? And I said, I think we will. And sure enough, old number 7 knew what he was talking about.
Ison Jackson Anderson, who went over 100 yards, first Terrier to do that in a while, made it 14-7. You go into the locker room at halftime down 14-7. How are you feeling about things? And I know, I'm going to guess, finishing was on your mind at halftime.
Yeah, because that was the one thing that we needed to do. You know, we've been, again, 4 games by a total of 8 points says that we didn't finish, and we've talked about it here before. So we had to finish, and that was the main charge at halftime. And the guys, I feel good, though. I feel really good. I love what our defense was doing. They were putting pressure on Norfolk, and then our offense was really in rhythm, and the no-huddle stuff was working great for us.
Yeah, Spartans did get a drive in the third quarter. They hit a big play on a little bit of a blown coverage. Had a defensive back come out because of injury, replacement, and it's 14-14. And then it's almost as if I could see down on the sidelines, you guys made a concerted effort. You know what? We're going to run the ball. We're going to let our offensive line eat. We talked about Ison Jackson Anderson, Gerald Modest as well. When those two are on, what sort of a two-headed monster, what sort of a multifaceted rushing attack does that give you?
They're both really good backs. I've said it about them, that we needed to get some more consistent offensive line play, which we did this week. And Luke and Quincy played awesome. I thought Matt Philanders as our tight end did a great job for us. And then, I really felt good about, they got in a rhythm, and our offensive line got in a rhythm. And we started, my man Reggie Houston for the first time. And that was a big start because he really helped us at right guard and really helped the right side.
The line was given JT Fyer time to throw. He wound up 23 for 34, 245 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Here's the second one.
Once again, Fyer, quick drop, lofts into the it's caught by Adams, and he get the pylon. It's a touchdown, Terriers.
Great throw, great catch.
It was C.J. Adams, great individual effort. He had a couple of those circus catches in the game. 23-yard score makes it 31-14. He's really coming on, and boy, from that point on, it was kind of game management. Do what you do, right. Don't make mistakes, and you took it home from there.
Yeah, we did. We wanted, once we got up in our scores by 2, we were going to, wanted to, run the football, and we were going to really work on that aspect, and we were able to close the game with our run game. So it was, again, go back to those 2 backs, and then the tight ends and the offensive line did a great job for us.
All right, final 31-14. Wofford posting win number 1 on the season. When we come back, did they kick the door down? Will that lead to much more? We've got a rather big game to talk about coming up this weekend next here on Inside Wofford Football, brought to you by Yokohama.
It doesn't matter if you're 8 years old or 80 years old, your body is your strongest tool. Spartanburg Regional Sports Medicine Institute is here to push you to the next level. With 2 convenient locations, our doctors can diagnose, treat, and heal at our North Grove Medical Park and Star Center offices to get you back in the gym, in the game, and to the next level. We never quit because you never quit. For more information, call 560-BONE.
And welcome back to Inside Wofford Football with Sean Watson. I'm Jim Noble. All right, Furman. That's it. That's the question. It's a huge rivalry. You've been involved in so many good college football rivalries over the years that we've talked about. Is there a different feel on campus? Is there a different feel in the locker room when it's Furman week?
It is. It's part of our, it's part of our heritage here. That's a big game. It's been going on for a long time, like you said, over 100 years, and it's been it's a great storied rivalry, and we take it very seriously around here, and it's part of our heritage. That's all you got to say. This is a big week for us.
Wofford has won the last 2 in this rivalry. Furman got blown out at Western Carolina last weekend. Forget all that. It doesn't matter. Noon kickoff. Need you out there at Gibbs Stadium for that one. Coach, we're going to let you go. Congratulations on the win, and keep up the good work. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we will visit with Terrier quarterback JT Fyer next here on Inside Wofford Football. Welcome back to Inside Wofford Football, here with Wofford quarterback JT Fyer. And first of all, congratulations. Great effort. Rust? What rust? You jump in there. You had, I think, taken one snap this season, and you get in there and you get the start, and you must be on cloud nine after that performance, not only individually, but as a team.
I wouldn't say I'm on cloud nine, but I would definitely say that I'm very thankful for the opportunity God blessed me with. I feel like with great preparation, like if you're prepared enough, I feel like you're ready for any moment. And so I feel like just with great preparation, I was prepared for the moment. And just with God's blessing on the entire team, I feel like he definitely came through and just helped us with the win.
College football, college in general, can be a roller coaster. And we know a lot about your story. You know, your 2 years at Northwestern State, got a lot of playing time last year, but for a team that didn't have much overall success. How do those experiences kind of sharpen you and get you ready for challenges down the road?
I'll definitely say it comes with just experience. I feel like experience is something you can't really teach. I feel like just something when you're out there, you just know what to do. And I feel like I was also granted the ability to start last year for every game that I wasn't hurt, and then to come back and still start and finish the season. But just experience comes a long way with that. I'm just thankful again for the coaching staff at Northwestern State for blessing me with the opportunity. And I just feel like I've just gotten better ever since. I'm just trying to get better every single day.
Take me through your feelings on Saturday, both when you found out during the week that you were going to get the start. Saturday morning, I mean, you're not human if you don't have some butterflies and things like that. But once you get into the game, does that go away to a certain extent?
Well, to answer your first question, whenever I first got named starter, I was very thankful for the opportunity, of course. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm just very thankful that my hard work eventually paid off. And I always know that. So I was very thankful for the opportunity when Coach Sean Watson told me that. And then going into the game, I don't really feel butterflies. I feel like that's something my dad taught me when he played at LSU. It's just something that I feel like is genetic. I don't really get butterflies, but I get confidence in a way where it's I know what I prepared for, and I'm ready to do everything I can to help the team win.
It's interesting to have 5 or 6 new quarterbacks. The entire quarterback room is new. That's something we haven't experienced. I don't know if this era of college football does a lot of weird things. What's the relationship like where, Ethan's gotten some opportunities, Jaden's got some opportunities, you have too. Even Staten's got in there for a couple of 2-point. What's that quarterback room like, that dynamic amongst all of you guys?
I've been in a couple quarterback rooms so far, and especially graduating high school early and just being a part of the college system. This has been the best quarterback room I've been a part of in terms of character and people, and just people want to see each other succeed. I feel like there's no animosity within people, and just people just want to see the best in each other.
Final question for you. Got some weapons out there offensively. You get the ball to those little guys in space, and they can make some things happen. And now the running game came on. How good can this offense be?
I mean, the sky's the limit, honestly. I mean, the O-line did an amazing job. Receivers got open. Just running backs did their job, whether it be blocking or just getting out open or even running the ball. So I feel like it's just a great team win, great team effort, and I'm just excited to see where we go from here.
Well, congratulations. Great to have you on board at Wofford. We've thrown a lot at you in your first semester here in Spartanburg, but onward and upward, and have some great luck this weekend against Furman.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, and that'll do it for this edition of Inside Wofford Football. For Sean Watson and JT Fyer, I'm Jim Noble, and we will see you next week.